Hello, good morning everybody. Well, it's the morning here in Norwich. Do say hi in the chat, let us know where you are tuning in from today. And yeah, welcome to another Wednesday morning class. So we'll just start with our normal way of scanning, checking in, seeing how we're doing, and then we can do a poll, see where everybody's up to. But welcome everybody. Do pop in the chat where you are. Lovely. Okay, let's go. So you can do this standing, sitting, lying down. I'm just going to do it standing up. And if you can just put a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. See, check my microphone's working okay all the way over here. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Let's go. So Kat should be on the chat today, so if you've got any questions, she'll mark them up for you or answer them if she can. But let's see how everybody's doing. So first of all, we're just going to do an easy scan. So from the top to the bottom of your body, just closing your eyes if it's easy. And as if we are like a photocopier, we're just going to scan from the top all the way to the bottom. So just checking in. Is there any feelings of emptiness or fullness? Any areas of constriction or openness? Coming down from the top of the head, the face, the neck, top of the shoulders, coming down your chest, down your arms, your hands, down into your hips, into your legs, your knees, your ankles, your feet. Just notice if there's any areas in comparison that feel tighter or feel more empty. And if you like to, you can just jot that down. I'm going to make a little note for myself just to see if there's any difference from the beginning to the end. Good morning, everybody. Oh, wow. Chris is in the French Alps. Amazing. And Kim, also in France. Oh, nice. And Cumbria. So I am going to Cumbria this weekend and I cannot wait. Oh, lovely. Welcome, Edward. Edward from Germany, welcome. So we just did a quick scan of our body just to see where we're starting from today, just to see where everybody's up to. Okay, yeah, thank you. Although it's August here in the UK, Titus has reminded me to bring my raincoat and my wellies when I go up to Cumbria this weekend. I will still try and climb a mountain or two, or a hill. Okay, so next thing, I'm just going to check in with your 3 burners. So again, you can do this sitting, standing, or lying down. Just placing your hands over the different areas, or you can just take your mind there. I'm going to start with the lower burner. How does it feel today? Is it spacious? Is it light? Is there a color there? Is there a sound or a feeling? And then you can bring your hands or take your mind to your middle burner, just here around your diaphragm area, where your digestive process happens, the stomach and the spleen area, the liver. How is it feeling today? Okay, now taking your focus to your upper burner, to your chest area, your heart and your lungs. And again, what's happening here? Does it feel light? Or is there a bit of tightness there? What's happening? Gosh, even taking my attention there and wanting to take deeper breaths and give it a bit of a stretch. And that's the interesting thing, when we start to look at things, look at areas, even just taking our attention there, you already start to create change. So even us just doing like a little diagnosis, you're already making a bit of a change happen. And as you probably already know, wherever your focus goes, wherever your attention goes, that's where the energy flows. So even us taking attention there, we're already getting more energy. So again, you can write a little note if you want to, how the different burners are doing today. I'm just going to make a note for myself. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. Mine kind of match up with my body scan. So I don't know what you guys are looking like, but this is me today. Quite a bit of tension sort of, or like holding on around this area for me. Bit of something going on around here, and then definitely my throat chakra. This is me trying to project my voice today, so something's happening. So let's see if we can create some change. Okay, so just curious, I'm just going to do a poll because I'm just curious to see what's happening with you guys and which burner out of everything, out of all three of them, would you most like to work today? So you've got three options. You've got the lower, the middle, and the upper. We'll definitely give a bit of attention to all of them, but just in case there's one that most of you are feeling. Okay, interesting. So yeah, over 50% of you want to work on the upper chest, and then 13% with the middle, and then the lower was 30%. So like I said, we will definitely focus, we'll give a bit of attention to all of them, but it's interesting that that you're also feeling this upper one. Okay. And also, I am curious because I haven't done a Wednesday class for a long time. So I just want to check with you guys. Which is your favorite type of exercise in the class? And that will also help decide what we do today. So you've got a choice. You've got meditation, stretching, tapping the meridians, which is what we call doing. You've got breathing focus, and we've got shaking. So these are all different kind of exercises that we usually rotate and use in the classes. So again, just okay, so 50% of you like the tapping, the doing, which is great. And then the other ones are pretty much all equal. Okay, a little bit of changing. Okay, so yeah, 11% meditations, 11% shaking, 11% breathing focus, and 16% with stretching. But yeah, the majority of you, 53%, like tapping, like the doing. So I think that is where we're going to start today. And let's see if it can help create some change for us. Okay. So you can do this again. You can do this standing, sitting, lying down. The idea is that we're going to work along the meridians. So we're going to work along the energy pathways. And by bringing a bit of movement, some tapping, some focus to the different areas, again, we're going to create change. We're going to create movement. And the idea with Chinese medicine is that when we have movement, then the body can heal itself. We're really supporting the body and healing itself. It does an incredible job every single day to look after us, and we just want to support it in its functions and to help everything return to normal. So we're going to start today from the top, and actually we're going to start just by bringing some focus. We're going to do like a gentle kind of squeezing from the top to the bottom, and then we'll work up to doing our tapping technique. But I think it'll be nice just to take some focus to start with. So we can bring our fingers just in this motion, pressing down from the top of the head all the way to the back of the head. Just notice how that feels when you press on the top of your head. A gentle pressure down each side of your head. And then we're going to bring your palms. You take your palms and as if they're coming together, around from the top, just a little bit further around, coming from your temples all the way back. And you can play around with this, see which lines feel better, maybe closer to the ear, going around the ear, around the sides. Notice what feels good for you. It's really interesting. In Chinese medicine, depending on where your headache is, it relates to different meridians. So it's wherever the meridians run through. So like the pressure here today in the UK, or definitely in Norwich, is quite heavy. I feel like it just wants to rain all the time, but it's not raining. So this last week, we just have these heavy clouds around. So I have lots of clients coming in saying they've got headaches, migraines, and I feel like it's this heaviness that's in the air. So this kind of exercise can be really great just to help clear the head. And just notice which line feels best for you, because that will relate to a different meridian. And then we're going to squeeze the back of the neck. So again, we're going to take one hand using like a cupping and just squeezing from the top down. And you can swap over your hands because you have different pressure on different sides. And then we have meridian lines that run all the way through the face. So we're going to come bringing those fingers in the middle line, and then coming up in your forehead, and then coming to the sides. I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Just pressing. Again, we're just getting the energy moving, helping your forehead clear. And then we can squeeze the eyebrows. This is really nice. Don't know about you guys, but I have a lovely line right in my middle of my between my eyebrows. Whenever I get a little bit concerned about something or worried, my eyebrows seem to come a little bit closer. So this one's really nice just to help ease out that muscle. Just remind it to relax. I can squeeze along the eyebrows. Give it some pressure. And you can even do some nice circles around your temples. Just notice how they feel underneath your fingers. Is it tight? Is it relaxed? If it's feeling a little bit tight, just take some breaths to this area. And then we're going to help clear our sinuses. Lots of people got bunged up sinuses at the moment. So bringing these fingers again from the midline, just underneath your eyes. And pressing as you pull away. Just gentle pressure. Coming to the sides. And then this jaw, where it connects. This junction here, pressing down all the way down to the bottom of your jaw, coming from the top, from your temple, all the way down. Again, it's just sending messages to these muscles. You can relax. It's safe to let go. Okay, then we're going to come all the way around your jaw, okay? Starting from the beginning, from the middle, sorry, and just pressing away. And then just a general sweeping of the face. And then coming down your neck, and these muscles here, these SCM muscles, can get very tight, especially when we're focusing on something. So it's really nice to just give them a squeeze from the top, all the way to the bottom, all the way to where they meet your clavicle. Notice if there's any areas that are a little bit tight. And we can really imagine that we're bringing moisture to this muscle. Sometimes it can feel a little bit like dry and stringy. So just bringing moisture to this area, making it feel nice and juicy. Okay, now we can come to the top of the shoulders, giving them a squeeze from the top down. Notice if one side is holding more than the other, just giving it permission to let go. So we're just warming up the muscles before we go in with our doing, with our tapping. Make sure both sides feel good. You can come down your right arm, just a gentle squeeze, all the way down to the end. And every single finger and toe, meridian either starts or finishes there. So we're going to really make sure that we come all the way down to the ends of your fingers, the tips of your fingers, and you can give it a squeeze. So the meridians start and finish just like on the nail bed. So when you come down to the fingers, just really give it a squeeze either side. Come down the midline of your hand. Got a nice meridian, this heart protector meridian runs down this midline. It's very calming, especially if you're feeling it more in your upper chest. This is really calming. This middle point here is amazing. Really clears the chest. Any holding, any tightness, coming all the way down to the end of the middle finger, coming into the ring finger, and again, the end of your baby finger, and this little finger is where the heart finishes, just on the inside. So again, really nice for this chest area if you're feeling it here. You can even close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And just think about your chest as you're pressing this finger. And this is what we'll often use in Shiatsu. We'll place one hand on someone's chest, one hand on this little end of the little finger. And we can just feel the chest calming down, the power of this point. Good. Okay, we'll do the same on the other side. Giving a squeeze, checking in, top of your arm, bottom of your arm, and then coming to the end of each of the fingers, the thumb, the fingers, giving a squeeze either side, spending special attention if you're feeling it in your chest today, the middle of the palm, pressing this point all the way down to the middle of the middle finger, and then the ring finger, and again to this little finger, to the end point where the heart point finishes, heart meridian ends, and again you're closing your eyes, thinking about your chest and the calming influence of this point on your whole body, especially your heart space. Sometimes I like to imagine this space around your chest is just expanding, creating more space for your heart, for your lungs. And then you find that naturally your breathing gets a little bit deeper as you take more space in this upper burner. Okay, lovely. Brushing down your arms. Now we're going to come into your chest and just pressing this space underneath your clavicle. Starting from the middle, this little dip you can feel under the middle of your clavicle. Sorry, the points underneath your clavicle here in this space. And just pressing along all the way to the outer edge in this little dip that you'll feel just in front of your shoulder. Pressing along here. This is along the kidney channel. This really helps bring that breath all the way down to your lower burner. Brings the energy all the way down. Okay, now we're going to come down the midline, just pressing down this midline, and then feeling around your diaphragm. I like to do it both sides. So with my thumb, I can kind of feel around the bottom of my ribs, pressing in here. You'll often find that if you get stressed, or if you find yourself getting a bit overtired, this can get a little bit tight. So it's really nice just to press around this area, bring some attention around this area. Allow it to soften. Okay, now we're going to come down, stand up, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to come down to our legs, and again, just pressing around the hips, a little massage. You can even get a nice loose fist around the top of your hip area, top of your glutes. Just going to massage, just check in with the muscles. How are they doing? Around the knee area. And then I think it's best if everybody sits down at this point, or if you want to, you can balance. And just giving a squeeze to your lower leg. And then your foot. Just checking in with your feet. It works so hard for us. Okay, coming to the other side. Like I said, do this sitting down or lying down, whatever's comfy for you. Just giving it a bit of attention around the top of your hip. And then checking in with the muscles. How they're doing. These meridian lines that run all around your leg, all around this thigh, around your knee, to your lower leg, and then down into your foot. Giving it a squeeze, giving it a stretch, just paying some attention. And as most of you know, right in the midline of your foot, just behind the ball of your foot, is this kidney 1 point, which is very relaxing. It helps to send the Qi down to your feet. If you find that you're getting stressed and your energy is coming up, which it does, it rises up when we're busy and not really grounded, we can just focus on that point on the bottom of your feet. It's even more amazing if you're outside and if you're on the ground, because then you can really earth yourself. But even just focusing on that point, opening it up, already relaxing the whole body. Okay, so let's go into our doing. Get ready. Starting from the top, we're going to start tapping. And only do this if it's comfortable. If it feels too stimulating for you today, you can just use a really nice gentle brushing motion through your body. So wherever I'm saying to tap, you're just going to brush. But for everybody else who feels like this stimulating exercise, I'm going to start from the top all the way down, again following the lines that we just used. Notice if they feel any different from when we were just massaging them. Coming into the face, tapping, doing some percussion across your forehead. These vibrations do wonders. Just tapping down from the top of your, where your jaw meets the top there, all the way down. Around your jaw, around your cheeks. Really get this lymph moving, energy flowing, coming into your body. It's an amazing body that does so much for us. And then tapping down the sides of your neck, the back of your neck. More percussion. And you just temper it to whatever feels good for you. It might feel quite nice. I'm going to do it across the chest now using like a nice easy fist with no stress or tension in your fists. Coming across the chest. If it feels good, you can use a nice deep pressure. Can make a noise, can also feel really nice for your throat chakra to make noises as you're doing this. Really get it to release. Feel free to make any noises that feel good for you. Any sighs? Coming down around your diaphragm, maybe a little bit more gentle here. And the sides. And now you can take one elbow, the other hand, and use that to support your arm. So you just tap across the top of your shoulder. Starting in the midline and out to the side. See how far you can reach. Give the top of your back a little massage, a little bit of doing. And then coming down the outside of your arm, and then coming up the inside. So we've got lots of meridians here, which are really benefiting from this practice. So great for your immune system. Really wakes up your body in the morning. It's great in the evening, just releasing the day. It really reminds your body of your edges, of your boundaries, and also bringing yourself back into your body. How many times do we forget our body during the day, or forget ourselves and prioritize other things? So just having this time to prioritize your body. I'm going to shake out. I'm going to do the other side. Opposite hand, holding onto the elbow, and doing the doing from the middle to the outside edges. And just play around, see how far you can reach. See where it feels good. And now coming down the outside of the arm. Coming up the inside. Stimulating so many channels, just working whichever area feels good on the inside and the outside. This is great, really great for this upper burner. On the inside of the arm, we have the heart channel, right on this inside edge. And we have this heart protector channel, which we were just talking about. And then we also have this lung channel, just coming up from the thumb. So that all the heart and the lungs are getting looked after. Okay, I'm going to sweep down. And now if you can, we're going to work on the back. We're just going to reach around and just do gentle doing down either side of your spine. If you've got somebody with you, you can also just swap. Do it for each other. And then coming to the top of the hips. Really focusing on easing up any holding that's happening around the hips area. There we go. Especially down either side of the coccyx, and then coming around. There's so many channels that are very deep around here, and that can get affected. Stress and trauma is often held around these areas. So really spending a bit of time helping these channels flow, helping them ease out, bringing relief to your body, supporting your body to come into a more restful state. And also focusing on the front of your hips. So much holding happens here. So bring some attention. The sides, the front. And now we're going to go down the outside edge and then come up the inside edge. So working both sides at the same time, and you can do this standing or sitting, it's all good, or even lying. Knees up if you need to, if you're lying down, and then coming up the inside edge. And And again, if this is too stimulating, just using a gentle rubbing motion, light as you like. Up the inside. Down the outside. And now we're going to go down the midline of the back. Just starting at the top. And if your back allows, and if it's comfortable, you can do this. If not, you can do it sitting down. I'll show you. You just do it sitting down, and then you zoom your legs, just like this. But if you can, you're going to do it like standing up, starting from the top, just rolling down the back of your legs. And again, coming with the inside, down the midline of the back. This is working a bladder channel, which is connected with your nervous system. Again, really helps you come into this more restful, more relaxed state. Okay, brushing down your legs. Now we're going to focus on working on your feet. Like I said, the meridians start and end in the feet, in the fingers and the toes. So we're going to really, by working even just by working your foot, you get to work most of the meridians. So coming down the midline, just focusing on the kidney area that starts right here, just behind the ball of the foot. Pressing in. And then working down whichever lines feel good. Playing around with whatever feels joyful for you today. The heart channel comes on the inside, the top of this heel area here. So you can press that again if the upper burner needs attention today. You can also nourish it by working your foot. And the idea with the points is that actually the points that are most distal from the area are actually the most powerful. So if you are feeling this, if you've got headaches or anything, or feeling the pressure over this crazy weather we're having, working your toes can be amazing because it really helps get the energy flowing from the top all the way down to the bottom. So you're drawing the energy down by pressing these points. So you've got this point between the toe and then between the big toe and the next one, where these where the bones meet, there's a point called liver 3, which is very powerful at bringing energy down from the top of your body. And then you can squeeze all the way down to the big end of the big toe, creating more space here. And I'm going to do the same with all the other toes, giving them some attention. With an MOT, just working out which toe felt like it needed the most. So for me, it was definitely this first one, this liver channel. When I press in here, I can really feel it feels tender. So I know that it needs a little bit more attention. So just pressing in here, giving yourself this treatment. And then just doing like a general massage, stretching out the toes, stretching the space between the toes. Whatever feels good for you. And now we're going to do the other side. So coming onto the other side, let's see if I can get my foot in the camera. So we're going to start off by working the kidney channel, that's down the midline of the foot. Pressing in all the way till we get to kidney 1, which is called bubbling spring. really having my intention to bring an energy down, to ground myself as I'm pressing these points, focusing on this heart channel, as that's what came up for me today. And then also it's really nice to press along the top of the, just below, just where the toes meet the your foot. This pad at the top here can also feel really amazing. This is such a nice thing to do before you go to sleep. Give your feet a break, create a bit of space for them. And again, we're going to work down from the top of the foot all the way down to your big toe. And interestingly, it might be the same for you, is that both my feet feel differently. So whereas the liver channel was quite tight on the right side, it's not so tight on the left side. So let's see which one feels like it needs it the most. On the left side, pressing in between your toes and then stretching your toes, pressing the ends of your toes. So for me this time it was my stomach toe, which is the one after the big toe, and at the end there, and that can feel amazing, really clearing the head. It's famously known if you've got a hangover. So for me that just means if your head is feeling very full and heavy. So this is a great point for that at the end of your second toe. Okay, and just doing a general squeeze. Going back to any areas that felt good. And then just brushing off your feet. Give them a little pat. Okay, so how are you doing? Let's just do another quick scan to see if anything has changed from before we started. So taking a few deep breaths, and you can do this standing, sitting, lying down, it doesn't matter. We're just going to scan from the top down. Great. So for me, I'm super grateful for doing that this morning with you guys, because I already feel so much different. Everything's calmed down. My throat chakra feels much more open and at ease. And yeah, definitely a big change for me in this upper burner, this kind of feeling that I was getting here, quite a tight feeling. So definitely those foot points help me. So put a thumbs up in the chat if that helped you. And if you have, if anybody has any requests for the last chunk of time, pop them in the chat and I will try and incorporate them. That's great, Annette. That's great, Vicky. I'm so glad that helped. So yeah, if anybody has anything that they're still feeling anywhere, pop it in the chat and we will, I'll address it. If not, we are going to go into doing a little bit of breath work, because again, this is really wonderful for nourishing your 3 burning spaces. Okay, let's just get this camera a little bit. Okay, great, lots of thumbs up, that's great. Okay, so we're going to just focus on these 3 burning spaces, and we're going to take our breath there. Not only are we going to take our attention there, we're going to take our breath there. So again, you can do the standing, sitting, lying down, whatever feels good for you. I like to do it sitting. I find it very hard to stay awake when I'm lying down. So yeah, sitting is my preferred way. So first of all, you can close your eyes if you'd like to, or just take your gaze towards the floor. And we're going to take some easy breaths. And now we're going to bring your hands either side of your navel on your lower abdomen. And as you breathe in, you're going to feel your hands rise and fall. So as you breathe in, your hands rise. Your stomach pushes your hands away. And as you breathe out, your hands come back towards your body. As you breathe in, your hands are being pushed away. And as you breathe out, your hands coming back. So really taking your breath all the way down to your lower abdomen, into this lower burning space. Just seeing if you can get any more breath into this lower burner. Imagine your abdomen is expanding out in all directions. As more breath, more energy flows down to this lower burning space. And if you find it easy to visualize things, you can imagine an energy coming in as you breathe in, like a light, a warm, glowing light, filling up the space in your lower abdomen. You can imagine it as you breathe in, the space is expanding. As you breathe out, you just breathe out anything that is no longer serving you, but this light stays there. Now bring your hands up to your middle burner, so you can rest them. I find it easier just to rest them on the sides of my ribs like this. And as you breathe in, you're going to breathe into this space. Feel your rib cage expanding. Your hands are being pushed away at the sides. Again, you can imagine you're breathing in a warm, glowing light into this space. On each inhale, it expands. On the exhale, breathe out anything that you no longer want, that's no longer serving you. Enjoy this feeling of your ribcage expanding, relaxing your diaphragm, creating more space for your breath to come in, breathing in fully and exhaling fully. I'm going to keep this breath going as you breathe in and out through your nose. See if you can expand your ribcage any more. Is there any more little movements that you can make on the inhale? And release it on the exhale. And bring your hands to the top of your chest. We're going to work this upper burner. And again, taking deep breaths into your upper burner. Feel your ribcage expanding as you breathe all the way to the top of the chest. Everything is expanding. And then feel the contraction on the exhale. You might find yourself coughing as you create more movement. Breathing into areas that haven't been breathed into for a while. Just deepening your breath on each inhale. Taking the biggest breaths you've taken all day. Feel this energy swirling around as you breathe in. Breathing in this warm, glowing light. Some parts of your body might feel a little bit fizzy. As you breathe in more oxygen into your body, you might feel like pins and needles in your hands, your feet. And that's completely normal. If it feels okay, just keep breathing. I'm just going to breathe through it. And now bring your hands down to wherever feels comfortable. I'm going to breathe into these three spaces, into your lower burner, the middle burner, and the upper burner, all at the same time. It's like a horizontal breath. Breathing in and out, expanding and contracting with each inhale. You can imagine like your body's like a balloon as it expands out and then contracts in with the exhale. So breathing in and out. I'm going to start doing that is called something that's called connected breathing. So it's conscious connected breathing, breathing in and out without pausing. So instead of holding on the inhale or the exhale, as soon as you finish your inhale, you're going to let the breath go and come into your exhale. So breathing in. As soon as you've reached the maximum, you're going to breathe out. As soon as you breathe everything out, you're going to breathe in again. So you're either breathing in or out, the breath is always flowing. Keep the breath flowing, the energy is flowing in, energy is flowing all around your body with an inhale. You're just releasing it's no longer serving you on the exhale, bringing more and more energy into your body. You might feel tingly, you might feel a bit lightheaded. If you can, just try and keep breathing through it. Really full inhales, full exhales. Just keeping the breath easy, no straining on the inhale or the exhale. We're really sending messages to your body that it's easy to breathe in, it's easy to breathe out. Abundance is available to you at all times. This energy is always available to you. Ever feel lacking or depleted or tired, just know that energy is always available to you. Taking these deep breaths, bringing this energy into your body. And as you take these easy exhales, your body's also having this message that it's easy to let go. It's easy to surrender. Breathing in and out. Relaxing your face, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your shoulders. Relaxing your rib cage and your hips and your knees and your feet. Your arms and your wrists and your fingers. Relaxing your whole body as you take easy breaths in and out. Really imagining your body is like a balloon, expanding out on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. Okay. Started coming back into your own relaxed breathing and just letting it go. And when you're ready, just start to move your body, opening your eyes, and we're going to start reaching up one hand and the other hand, creating a stretch for the sides of your body, supporting your body with your hand resting down and the opposite hand reaching up. Seeing how much space you can create in your rib cage. See if it's comfortable to reach up or reach over, whatever feels good for you. And smiling. That's it. And now we're going to reach around to the side. So reaching your head up towards the sky and then turning your body. You're going to have one hand in front, one hand behind. And again, smiling as you reach up with your top of your head up to the sky, creating loads of space in your vertebrae and twisting to one side. Easy breaths. As you breathe out, see if there's any more space to turn a little bit more. And then coming to the other side, the opposite hand in front, opposite hand behind, reaching the top of the head up to the sky, creating loads of space in your vertebrae. On the inhale, reaching up. On the exhale, going a little bit more into your twist. See if you can create more space in the vertebrae. Easy breaths. I'm going to do one more time either side, swapping your hands around. And again, reaching your head up to the sky, and then starting your twist, turning your head, your chin, reaching around to your shoulder, creating as much space in this twist as possible. I'm just going to wring out this spinal column. Easy breaths. And return to the other side. Last time. Breathing up. Stretching up as you breathe in. And going into your twist as you breathe out. Keeping lots of space in your vertebrae. Good, and coming back round to center. And just as we were talking about how much is stored in our hips, and as we've been sitting down for a minute, just going to create some space in our hips. So placing your hands behind you to support you and just turning your knees, going from side to side. You can create more space if you want to, and just feeling the stretch in top of your hips. What it looks like, just going from side to side. If this feels good and okay with your lower back, just easing out your hips. You can bring them into this butterfly position, sitting up as tall as you can, and then from the hips, just reaching forward. So coming from your lower back, reaching forward, feeling your chest is open. We're not going around, we're going to keep the chest nice and open. And you can use your elbows to push your knees down, create a bit more space in your hips. But this is a gentle stretch. Go as far as you feel comfortable. Opening up your hips. And then we're going to finish with my favourite. We're going to do a child's pose. This is usually how I like to start and end my exercises. It's just such a lovely way to stretch out your back and also your hips and also your chest. So sitting up nice and straight, and then just padding yourself forward and creating as much space as you can for your chest. If you want to, you can put some cushions here to rest on. But if it's comfortable and you can rest your head or your forehead on the sides of your on your forehead, sorry. And relaxing down, creating as much space as you can in your lower back and your hips. And yeah, Annette has asked in the thing, no point of the week today. So today we were really focusing on the points on your fingers and your toes. So it was really about understanding that you can do your whole treatment for yourself using your fingers and your toes, and a general all over. So we'll be back with point of the week soon. And just taking a few moments now. We've got 2 minutes left of the class, so just taking some time just to rest in this space and just let today's class integrate. Taking some deep breaths. Now if it's comfortable, you can stretch your hands out in front of you and then bring your body over to one side, doing a stretch down the side. And then moving your hands, reaching over to the other side. Again, giving a gentle stretch to the side of your body. And then we'll come back to finish. Okay, how's everybody doing? We are going to just do our last body scan, just to check in, see how we're doing, just starting from the top of your head, scanning down through your body. Just notice if there's any changes. For me, I feel so much more space in my body. I really love doing that breathing exercise just to bring more energy into every part of my body, nourishing them. And that's so nice to spend this hour with you guys. I'm going to pop a heart in the chat. Thank you for joining us today. So nice to see you all, and we will see you next week. where we'll be finishing off the, as Kat's popped in the chat, we're going to be focusing on the conception and the governing vessels. So lots more exciting things to cover. Okay, I'm going to end the class today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Just know that anything from today, if it was useful for you, you can incorporate it into your daily practice. Or if you ever just want to have a few moments just to get into your breathing, just know that it's always available to you and it's for free. So I will see you soon. I'm going to end the class and thank you so much.